Local webcasting for a worldwide audience.
You're listening to Radio Lewes, where the music matters. Welcome to the Slightly Different Radio Show. I'm Nick Cooper, your organic grimoire of groove, with a monster of a show. Or a show about monsters, all creatures great and small. Well, great mostly, or big anyway. So, let's begin with a song called Monsters.
Well, we all see them at night in tricks of the mind, the moon invites. Now find the ones who hide in broad daylight. Is it really any wonder we're getting used to seeing monsters around every corner now? If we knew of the monster, knew of the monster in our own house, we'd have nobody to blame but ourselves. Isn't it sad that we got no one else? Get rid of your monster now. They don't have an evil laugh or a twirling on a wax mustache. Not any warning as they cross your path. Is it really any wonder we're getting used to seeing monsters around every corner now? If we knew of the monster, knew of the monster in our own house, no one to blame but ourselves. Get rid of your monster now.
Taken from the 2016 album Break Open the Head, that was Monsters, performed by Suit of Lights, who hail from New Jersey and include a former member of Mr. Bungle in their ranks. Now, there are lots of 50s and 60s songs about monsters, mostly coinciding with a vast slew of creature feature movies, and I shall be indulging myself by playing a few of them. Don't know if this is connected to a movie, but it certainly has all the traits. Oh dear, she's fallen in love with a monster man.
She's fallen in love with a monster man.
Well, it was late last night at the movie show. I passed my baby on the very last row. We were just making love and not kidding around when the monster appeared with this crazy sound. My baby looked up and was mesmerized. She gave me a look, much to my surprise. She's a monster, the man, and I'm the number one fan.
I'm falling in love with this monster man. She's falling in love with a monster man. She's falling in love with a monster man.
Now I don't think I'm mean or I wanna complain, but the guy's too ugly and he hasn't got a brain. With big yellow fangs hanging down from his chin. Well, you just wouldn't go where this guy has been. Well, he was growing hair on the top of his head, just
Stags with She's Fallen in Love with a Monster Man. I can't tell you much about the Stags, but I wisely played their version of She's Fallen in Love with a Monster Man because it's better than Screaming Lord Sutch's version, thus demonstrating a hitherto undetected level of refinement which has led me to our next track.
Du bist ein Monster für mich. Du sagst, du liebst mich, doch liebst du nur dich. Monster, Monster, Monster. Du versprichst oft zu viel. Du hast kein Gefühl. Es ist dir nur Spiel. Monster, Monster, Monster. Du gibst mir zu viel aus und schmeißt das Geld raus. Mich lässt du zu Haus. Monster, Monster, Monster. Du hörst doch gar nicht zu. Nennst jede gleich du. Ich find keine Ruhe. Monster, Monster, Monster ist mir immer noch. Doch leider nicht treu. Manchmal sogar scheu. Monster, Monster, Monster. Doch ich gehöre zu dir. Und du bleibst bei mir, das schwöre ich dir. Monster, 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 ach, quäle mich nicht mehr. Du brauchst mich doch sehr, lieb mich bitte mehr. Monster, Monster. Monster.
That was Marie-France and the Peter Thomas Sound Orchestra with Monster. The late Peter Thomas was a German composer responsible for, wow, this is what his website describes him as: conductor, arranger, film and television composer, writer of pop hits and musicals, band leader and sound tinkerer, experimenter, visionary, a purveyor of classic Berlin frankness, and in true Prussian style, a tireless devotee to his work. And who doesn't like classic Berlin frankness, especially with a spot of mustard? But Mr. Thomas didn't write the score to The Creature from the Black Lagoon, but then neither did Dave Edmunds.
All he wanted was a lady that at night came up from the deep. He was feeling like any other lonely fella, decided to take one while the city was asleep. The unsuspecting maiden
Dave Edmunds with The Creature from the Black Lagoon. And for one 50s monster movie, let's move to some 50s creativity because Janie made a monster.
I'll kill you.
Janie, Janie, what have you done? Janie, Janie, this isn't fun. We don't know what it's all about, but look out, look out, look out. Janie was a girl who was short on look, but a real wildcat when it came to cook. At a party or a hop, she was mighty sad, but she was the queen of the chemistry lab. Janie saw the chemicals on the shelf, and she said, I'll make a date for myself. So she threw the bottles on the floor, and up came a monster with a horrible roar. Now the monster, he was taller than Paul. You should see him walking down the hall. Janie on the left and that thing on the right. Oh man, it was a ghastly sight. Now she taught that monster how to walk, and she taught that monster how to talk. But his first few words were a pleasure to hear. He said, oh good gracious, oh dear. Football team, and when he hit that line, you could hear them scream. But when they hit him, they had nothing to fear. He said, oh good gracious, oh dear. Kids told Janie that she had no choice. She'd have to change his face and voice. So she hit him with a bottle of crazy stuff, and man, she changed him sure enough. Now the monster looks like Roky and Rory, Tab and Ricky too. And it makes some big fat living, singing for me and you. Now his voice is mild and mellow, and you can hear it near and far. And believe me, friends, I'll tell you true, he's the nation's #1 recording star. One day he's gonna slip, I know. And if you listen to your radio, I'm almost certain you're gonna hear, oh good gracious, oh dear.
From 1959, that was The Fabulous Five with Janie Made a Monster. I know nothing of the Fabulous Five, unless they're an Enid Blyton reject, but I know more than is necessary about the next artist, Roky Erikson. From the 1980s, that is the awesomely odd Roky Erikson with Creature with the Atom Brain, which is a film from 1955 and has spawned a Belgian rock band with the same name, and even a song called Return of the Creature with the Atom Brain, which is about George W. Bush and recorded by the band The Celibate Rifles. In fairness, the Creature with the Atom Brain is one of the dafter Creature features, and the bar has been set almost at ground level. But here's the main title music from a much more celebrated monster movie. I don't often get a chance to mention Japanese composer Akira Ifukube, who wrote nearly 300 film scores, and many consider his music for the 1954 film Godzilla to be one of the most important film scores of all time. And having played the main title music from Godzilla, I feel I should subsequently play this.
High tension wires down.
once known as Soft White Underbelly, then Oaxaca, then the Stalk Forest Group, and even the Santos Sisters. That was America's odd response to Black Sabbath, the Blue Öyster Cult. Manager Sandy Perlman once claimed that the band's name was an anagram of Cully Stout Beer, but received wisdom is he just made the name up. Whatever the truth, that was certainly Godzilla, and needless to say, other monsters are available.
Doodly-yabba-baba, zoink, zoink. Doodly-yabba-baba, zoink, zoink. One morning I was born on the planet Mars. I gassed up my cradle and I shot through the stars, and I landed on Earth with a solid bang. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. Now it didn't take me long to get settled down, 'cause when I dug the cool chicks in every town, I said, this is it, cat, let's get earthbound. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. I got a bebop cap man, a real stingaree, and a solid gold keychain down to the knees, and real nervous pegs with a crazy crease. I'm the Fang. The Fang. I'm the Fang. Man, I'm feeling just like a newborn colt. I'm gonna hit these chicks with a Martian jolt, 'cause I'm a red hot daddy with 1,000 volts. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. Now I meet this Earth cat and he says, hi you all, man, you're real nervous, you feel like a ball. I said, sure daddy. He said, let's find a hall. He didn't know I was a Fang. The Fang. The Fang. So we dug a cool hall and tried it on for size, and all the cats were jumping to a rock and roll cry, and every Melaroonie chick just glued her eyes on the Fang. On the Fang. On the Fang. My feet started flashing like the noonday sun, and my blue suedes were hotter than a $2 gun, and the chicks all yelled, Daddy, oh, you're the one, you're the Fang. You must be the Fang. You're the Fang. Now when I left that hall about 12 midnight, I was an outer space papa that was feeling right, 'cause every chick in the house was mine on sight. Man, I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. I'm the Fang. I revved up my rod and I flashed into flight, and I sped through the stars back to Mars, my delight. And I know those Earth chicks are dreaming tonight of the Fang, of the Fang, of the Fang.
From Memphis, Tennessee, that was the painfully shy Jimmy Drake, better known as Nervous Norvus with The Fang. Nervous Norvus is best known for his hit single Transfusion, but he produced several other novelty records of note, one of them being The Fang, which is but a mole away from The Thing. Music for the 1982 John Carpenter film The Thing, composed, apparently without watching any of the film, by Ennio Morricone. Although more than capable of writing his own score for the film, Carpenter says he wanted a more European feel to the score. In my opinion, Morricone's done a fine job of writing a score that sounds like something written by John Carpenter. The Thing is all about an alien creature that was able to replicate other people's appearance. But in 1954, Roky Porter saw the bigger picture. He believes the world is a monster.
I've traveled the ocean, I've explored the sky. I've seen men born and I've seen men die. I know how to laugh and I know how to cry. So listen, young man, as I pleadingly sigh. Oh, now if you have a home and a woman to love, don't go chasing those stars up above. 'Cause when you start roaming, you lose from the start. For the world is a monster, its food is man's heart. I've talked with the king and I've driven a mule. I've hunted the deer and I've studied in school. I've known men wise and I've joked with a fool. So listen, young man, and please follow this rule. If your heart is weary and you want to roam, better think twice before you leave your home. 'Cause when you start roaming, you lose from the start. For the world is a monster, its food is man's heart. I've roamed and I've gambled and I've went astray. I left a good woman that begged me to stay. Yes, I've made mistakes, now I have to pay. Just a vagabond dreamer till the judgment day. Oh, now if you have a home and a woman to love, don't go chasing those stars up above. 'Cause when you start roaming, you lose from the start. For the world is a monster, its food is man's heart.
Veteran country singer Roky Porter with The World is a Monster. I was going to play the original version of this next song, but then I thought, well, I hadn't actually got a copy of it. So instead, here's a cover version by the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain.
You can avoid static abuse, abuse, abuse. Without these pills, you're let loose, you're let loose, you're let loose. Stand up, brush off, no excuse, no excuse, no excuse. What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? What's that coming over the hill? Confused, blind, bruised, it seeps out, it seeps out, it seeps out. Face down, hometown looks so great, looks so great, looks so great. Convicts, tube and twist and shout, twist and shout, twist and shout. Stand up, brush off, get moving, get moving, get moving. What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? What's that coming monster? What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? What's that coming over the hill? Is it a monster? Is it a monster? Is it a monster?
Monster, performed by the Ukulele Orchestra of Great Britain. The song was originally recorded by Welsh rockers The Automatic. Now, I've no excuse for the next song, except I do like a dance craze, especially if it's monster related.
6 billion years ago, great natural explosions rocked the Earth, and a living, breathing thing was born. A week ago last Tuesday, it shuddered, slithered, and made its way from the slimy depths of the Marianas Trench. Does it want to devour Cleveland, Ohio?
No, man.
Does it want to live in Cleveland, Ohio?
Well, it's a nice place to visit, but...
What does it want to do?
I just want a twist.
Yes, man. Well, so does everybody. What makes you so special?
Well, I got 4 other heads, that's my own vocal group. I got 14 legs growing out of each hip. I can twist from here to a New Orleans because I'm fat and a slimy and a hard to clean. Everybody gotta do the monster twist. Put that brand new dance at the top of your list. Move your 14 legs till you're out of your mind. And then you shimmy and you shake and you bump and grind. Everybody's doing the monster swoop. I got an echo chamber built in my head. I use that greasy kid stuff on my scalp. I chew up boats and I gobble up planes, and I got 35,000 barricades names. Everybody gotta do the monster twist. Shake your other hips and you dangle your wrist. Blow a breath of fire every single day, but don't you let romance fade away. Everybody's doing the monster twelve.
Monster Twist performed by Tyrannosaurus and his Cro-Magnons. Who was Tyrannosaurus? Answers on a postcard, please, but not before listening to my first Wince of the Week. Now, no show about monsters could ignore the looming presence of Bobby Boris Pickett and the Crypt Kickers. But because I have standards, and this is the slightly different radio show, you're not going to hear Monster Mash.
My name is Boris, and back in '62, the Crypt Kickers and I brought the Monster Mash to you. But now it's a different bag, and mashing is a drag. When the lights grow dim, we now do the Monster Swim. All you would-be monsters, come on in. Boris is going to show you how to Monster Swim. Something like the zombie, but not so slow. A lot like the grave digger, but not so low. We can't do the monkey or even the dog, 'cause they've both been eaten by the blob.
We do the swim.
It's a poolside smash.
The monster swim.
It's bigger than the mash. Here we are swimming under the full moon, the werewolf and the creature from the Black Lagoon. Dracula, what do you think of my new smash? Whatever happened to the Monster Mash?
It's not a swim.
It's a poolside smash.
The monster swim.
It's bigger than the mash. Frankie and Igor are a welcome sight. Vampire are flying in out of the night. Even the Beatles are shaking their domes, dancing to the swim band of the Rolling Bones. It's a poolside smash. It's bigger than the mash. Swim boo! Give it a try, Igor.
To swim is a gas. It's better than the mash.
Robert George Pickett, better known as Bobby Boris Pickett, with his group The Crypt Kickers with The Monster Swim. In 2004 and 2005, Pickett provided vocals for two cartoons, Monster Slash and Climate Mash, which featured new versions of his hit single Monster Mash. The cartoons complained about the United States government's lack of action on, respectively, deforestation and global warming. Now for a sequence of specific monster songs, the specific monster which resides in Loch Ness. I fear the first song may well be another wince of the week.
Loch Ness Monster strikes. Loch Ness Monster strikes from the depth of the sea. I come to destroy. Monster. Loch Ness Monster.
The aptly named King Horror with Loch Ness Monster. You need never hear it again. Next, we have a rather more interesting piece by Scottish jazz saxophonist Tommy Smith. It features Scottish poet Edwin Morgan reciting his Loch Ness Monster song.
The Loch Ness Monster song. Bubble humble, gobble, gobble, giggle. Half glub, half glub, half glub. Grow, rough, ofgum, grogum. Double ducket, blubber ducket, double ducket. Scrub, fuck, scratch, hash, gobble, gobble, fuck. Gra, ga, fuck. Rough, gaff. Gumbo, boom, 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 boom.
Tommy Smith and Edwin Morgan with the Loch Ness Monster Song. Now the third Nessie track is by defiantly Scottish folk band, the Battlefield Band. Battlefield Band with The Loch Ness Monster. In 1950, 4 Philadelphian policemen reported the discovery of a domed disc of quivering jelly 6 feet in diameter, 1 foot thick at the centre and an inch or 2 near the edge. When they tried to pick it up, it dissolved into an odourless, sticky scum. And this incident was, allegedly, the inspiration for the film The Blob.
Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob. Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob. Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob. Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob. Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps.
The Burt Bacharach composed song, Shame on You Burt, from the film The Blob, performed by the 5 Blobs, who were unsurprisingly a group of session musicians brought together specifically to perform this song. There's a great deal more to be said about The Blob and the 5 Blobs, but look out, there's a monster coming.
3, 4. Lonely, unmarried, looking for love. Life was passing me by. So I sent off my photo, hobbies and age. Magazine marriage I'll try. They say for centuries lovely Japanese girls have been trained in the art of pleasing men. Be lonely no more, open destiny's door. For $1 they arrange a meeting. My image was wrong, I didn't like me, so I changed my personality. I bought a deluxe Mersey-beat wig, but it was a size too big. What confidence in my new built-up shoes, so smart for winter or summer, undetectable in normal everyday use. Look out, there's a monster coming. Bye-bye binoculars and Macintosh, everything is just great. I take elocution, learn to speak posh, but still I can't find a mate. Be popular, learn to play the guitar. In 7 days you could be strumming. Be sociable, learn kissing technique. Look out, there's a monster coming. my corner because I reshaped my nose. Plastic surgery's best. To cut down my weight, off comes my left leg. I pass the swimming costume test. On my sideboard's too long, don't my aftershave pong. I know my new nose ain't running. What's wrong with my tie? Am I getting too high? Look out, there's a monster coming. Disfiguring ugly my facial hair I had removed electrically. I rejuvenated my energy cells and regained my virility. Grunt, grunt. He put my hand on my heart, I interchange any part. He had a machine for a mommy. Please be gentle with me, I come to pieces, literally. Look out, there's a monster coming. 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 Look out, there's a monster coming.
The should-be legendary Bonzo Dog Band with Look Out, There's a Monster Coming. It's not strictly about a monster, but since I jettisoned the Phil Harris song The Thing, I thought I had to include the Bonzos. Now, we're very near the end of the show, but before I go, here's the B-side of the single Target Love. I know you'll all be waiting for it.
I only go for big, big things, don't want nothing small. Every time I love you, girl, I got to give my all the other girls would like to have it too. It's the biggest love in the world, and I'd give it just to you.
My love's a monster. My love's a monster.
When it comes to loving back, you got nothing to learn. Give me all the love I get, more in return. You have the best teacher, I know I taught you right. You what I call a lover, girl, you just plain out of sight.
Your love's a monster. Your love's a monster.
You're always true to me, just like I am to you. Everybody that we see thinks we're stuck with glue. With this new love, I know you just couldn't tear us apart. It's bigger than the both of us, and it comes from the heart.
Our love's a monster. Our love's a monster.
My love's a monster, your love's a monster. It's a beast, and it keeps on growing. Oh, monster.
From 1966, and it shows, the Apollos with It's a Monster. The Apollos hailed from Falls Church, Virginia, just outside Washington, D.C. Pub quiz aluminium, I think you'll agree. Oh, the strange whirring and eerie green glow of my pocket calculator tells me that we have reached the end of the programme. You're listening to Radio Lewes, where the music matters. I'm Nick Cooper. Thank you for listening to the Slightly Different Radio Show. Stay safe, sane and healthy, and I will leave you with the Savoys and Mortal Monster Man. Goodbye.
I'm the mortal monster man. I'm only 10 foot tall. I come from out the crown, oh girl. I like to know you all. The boys they run, but I have fun. I know they're afraid of me. So girls, come on, glad I was born. So you just wait and see. I rock and roll and pop and jive. I do it on the ground. 'Cause I'm a rolling man alive. And girls I get around. The boys they run, but I have fun.
they're afraid of me. So girls, come on, that I was born. So you just wait and see. Roaming about the wild land. Along I'm wayward bound. Along I'm wayward bound.
Radio Lewes. Local community webcasting.